Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, please like and subscribe. Yeah, yeah. That good. Yeah, yeah. Ha, ha, ha.
Oh yeah, we did all of this already. Let's redo everything we did last weekend. I remember now. Yeah, the game was really glitchy after that. Like, I tried playing single player game on another map, and it just got super glitchy. So I'm like, you know what? We'll just wait and see if they do a update, because I was getting weird stuff happening. It's like, let's let the game do an update, and we'll try it again after that. Why can't you not join my game? Did I mess up my game? I update. There's a mod update. Um, maybe we don't have that mod on this. We don't have a what? Weed trimmer. Why would the weed trimmer be on over here? Maybe I accidentally clicked it on when I started up the game. Let's restart the game. Let's take a look. Weed trimmer. It is on. I don't know why. I'll try that again. If you don't want your chat on the screen, you can always fire chat up on your phone too. It's a house flipper game. Yeah, I prefer gaming on PC versus mobile gaming. Yep, I agree. Hey Heidi! It was a bit of a short night. I had to get up early to go drop off the big rig to get winter tires put on it, so yeah, it was a bit of a short night. Jess was cranky. Well, you were cranky because your computer kept crashing, so today morning I unplugged everything in the computer, including the graphics card, and plugged it all back in. I did not take the processor out and reapply thermal paste. Did not do that. because I don't have a good way of removing that thermal paste, so I'll have to buy some alcohol to do that first. And then pull the CPU off, reapply thermal paste, and put it back together and see if that helps. So CPU temperature is not going high. So you don't have any temperatures going over here. She's got a temperature gauge open now, so she's kind of tracking everything and see if we can catch something going funny before the computer crashes. Just troubleshoot and see what is making the computer crash. What's that? No, it's raining in game. Raining in game, it's fall in game just like in real life. I wish this game had real life weather like Flight Sim does. That'd be cool. Although then sometimes you would have droughts and rain just like in real life that could be problematic in a farming game. Geek Squad, nearest one will be Kelowna, so over an hour away. Are there no contracts too? And you can come up here and oh, there's lots of contracts.
Yeah, if you have left to move.
Oh, you'll have to come here and pick up stuff and bring, yeah. Let's accept that. Accept that. I'm confused. We can only have sugar beet. I thought we accepted a potato contract. There's a sugar beet harvester one. Let's accept the soybean one.
It's raining, so we
Can't do it, but yes, I have both tractors over here, so if you want to are the contract real people? I don't know. They could be. Whoever made this map could have put real people in there. I don't know if they're real people. They could very well be. If I made a map, I know I would put real people in it. If you swap that mower to the front, you could bring the mower and the windrower back to home base. Two of them look like good fellas. Maybe they're hiding out. You never know. There goes Jess helping me clean up stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm confused why it's crashing. Like, your numbers are reading really good. Like, there's no overheating issues. Maybe, I doubt it, but I unplugged everything, plugged back in. Sometimes that fixes stuff. I put RAM in a different order. No, we dusted. The motherboard's clear. CPU is is our concern, and if that's the case, we'll do the same thing to her computer as mine. It's like there's no point of upgrading the CPU on that motherboard. So in that case, we'll have to get a new motherboard, new CPU, and new RAM. Her computer is 10 years old. Mine's 11, so it would make sense. My old board was getting tired. There was still nothing terribly wrong with it. It was just getting too tired. It was outdated. Yeah, your graphics card is really new. And the RAM is new. Power supply is new. So it's got to be motherboard CPU. Or something just, it could be something new that went faulty too, right? So, yep. You've had yours for 14 years and it was used? Yeah. Mine is 11 years old. I can't really say that though anymore, because the motherboard has now been replaced, so oh, I beat you here? Oh, you're repairing. I haven't repaired stuff. Mower on the end, by beside the road, and then the windrower next in order. Mower beside the road, the windrower on this side of the tedder. The order you would use them on the field. Oh, you have an old CTR or CTRC. I think that's what they're called. The monitors, the old. Yep. Those are highly sought after. Those monitors are worth, especially if you have the right old monitor. Speedrunners in video games want those because those old monitors are a frame or two faster than these new monitors. So those old monitors are definitely sought after. If the color is bad, the tube could be getting burned out. But yeah, I think they're called CTR. I can't remember, but if you have a good one, especially a higher end good one from back in the day, that they're worth more than you paid for it brand new. Just like my Sidewinder force feedback controller is 22 years old, and it's worth more now than when I bought it. Hey, Iron Thunder. Buying a $200 brand new PC is probably more garbage of a PC than upgrading yours, because a $200 computer is not powerful. Your old computer's got more power than the new one. So it depends what you use it for. If you take the time, research what to replace parts with on your old computer, you can save a lot of money for what you get. Bang for the buck. It is better just to buy parts.
The first thing I look at is the motherboard. It's a old
And if you're buying a new motherboard, you might as well just buy a new computer if everything in the computer is old. Like our computer, the reason why I didn't buy a brand new computer is, where am I going? Is because, well, the graphics card's only 2 years old, and everything else on the computer still works. It's going to be cheaper to replace the motherboard, get new CPU, new RAM, than getting a whole new computer. Essentially, I did get a whole new computer, because when you replace the motherboard, that's basically a new computer. I'm still waiting for a couple of parts, like my front panel for my headphone. I need a headphone jack at the front of my computer. I only have one on the back right now that works. A computer for no internet, no gaming, just typing. Yeah, $200 computer will probably be just fine. Having said that, make sure you don't get something like a Chromebook, which requires internet access. Some new computers require internet access to function. But for just typing, yeah, you could get a very simple laptop. Or a cheap tower. Laptop would probably be more expensive. But you'll definitely be paying more for parts than buying a new computer if you're upgrading your old one. But you're going to get a lot more bang for the buck. But if you're just using it to type, you probably don't need that bang for the buck. Iron Thunder? Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I've got that big Sidewinder joystick that makes flying quite nice. And yeah, like with the force feedback, it makes the airplane a lot shakier and stuff, but I like it. Like the force feedback? Yeah, it'd be easy to turn off, yeah. But I like it. I like the force feedback. I think a Microsoft Flight Sim might be easier to play if you got like a controller, like an Xbox controller or a Logitech controller. In fact, the game is designed for Xbox controller as well, so you should buy a controller, Iron Thunder. Just get an Xbox controller, and your gaming life would get much better. Yeah, ATS, Farming Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim, all of those things, a controller would much increase your gaming experience. Yeah, I would recommend an Xbox controller over a Logitech due to the ease of play. I have a lot of trouble with the Logitech getting the game set up and getting everything to work. Xbox controller, pretty much plug and play. Most games just recognize the Xbox controller. Just plays it with it plugged in.
I tried with that. I tried.
There's too much interference over here to have it running as wireless. I bought a wireless controller, Logitech one as well, and I had the same issues, so I used the wireless one in the big rig. Although I can't remember the last time I played a video game in the big rig.
I know what happened. That was loud.
Mm. We're saving money up for a new tractor so we can buy bigger equipment. So really we want bigger equipment, but we need a bigger tractor to handle the bigger equipment. Oh, what about prices? Oh yeah, we are redoing this day again, but weed up, goat, canola, we don't, soybean, no go, eggs. Okay, next 2 days. Keep an eye on those eggs. Yeah, I'm not, oops, don't pause the game. Jess is playing the game. Xbox controller. I do want that. 75 bucks.
No, I don't know. I think it needs like bigger.
Yeah, they're not cheap, but honestly just amazing playing games with this controller.
I'm gonna find some idiots that need to link other games and just like one of them before and that's my bad.
But it is not cheap. It's not cheap.
I think if you're gonna buy something for everything, flying tickets.
Yeah, the nice thing about this controller is you can use it for almost any game you play out there. The flying stick, you're limited to flying games. You do get what you pay for, but it is expensive. Yeah, you might be able to get it used, like Amazon or something. I don't know if you guys have Amazon there, and if Amazon are good prices there, they're good prices here because they're a local company. Condition used. Really? Used are more expensive because they're customized. Here's one for $35, a used one. $40, $42. So there are used ones that are a lot cheaper. That's just the charging station. Don't need that if you just plug it in. Of course, if you're buying it used, does it come with the wiring? This is what I use. This is used as well, and that's $25. Here's one for $18. And if it doesn't have the cable, you could look at how much the cable costs.
Cable with small. Easy cable one.
Is it just a traditional normal USB cable? Is it specialized Xbox cable? I'm not sure. It's not a specialized Xbox cable. Oh, okay, so it can be any cable that's got that connector. Okay, so the like the cell phones, it's like a cell phone plug. It's not USB-C. It's the older type of cell phone plug, the mini or micro or one of those. I think it's the smaller one of those. It's just a normal cable. Yeah, ATS tonight for sure on the other channel. Yep. Just now we can use mods, so we're gonna make a. Do you have a Dropbox ready? Oh yeah, Dropbox ready for mods, and then we'll start with just a couple mods in there just to test stuff out, and we're gonna play ATS with Halloween paint jobs. At least mine will be a Halloween paint job. Jess says hers is Halloween too. I have not seen hers. I'm looking forward to it. Those paint jobs are a lot of work. A lot of work. That's why she's selling a couple of them. People have made requests for custom ones. How much do you sell them for? Depends on how much detail. How much detail they want. How much would you sell my Halloween one for? Probably $10. Yeah, some people they go start requesting and then they hear the price and then they're gone. Mm. Oh, he maybe wanted a custom truck modded, not just painted. Or he has a mod, okay. He wants an old mod painted, got it. Okay, now we need to take 2 bales back out. Alright, the trigger is closer to the bale pile than I think. What? Does not work with a tractor parked in it? Huh, that was weird. With a tractor parked in it, it won't. Won't work. I'm not worried about weeding our fields, because winter's gonna kill all the weeds. Oh yeah, our bucket's still pink. It's funny. Field 21 is done. Oh, you did another one, so you've done a couple of fields. You know what? I just want to do that. I'll let the game save. I don't want to recut that now. 70, 71. That's where I would prefer it to be, around the 70 mark. And I turned the graphics way up, like it's loading trees way in the back corner of the map. It's loading trees from so far away now. No more popping in trees. Like, remember, trees would always be popping in close up? You don't see any of those pop-ups. You do see trees go from high quality to, or low quality to high quality, and you see grass and brush loading up from low quality to higher quality. You still see that, but you don't just see trees popping up from nothing. And that was kind of took you kind of out of the game when you saw those pops, and that's all gone. I have something you want. What do I have? Ah, here you go. You can have those. Man, this chair is getting so squeaky. I think I'm due for an upgrade in a chair.
Like WD-40 now.
WD-40 would help it, but I don't know what. Why are you excited? Yeah. Yep. That makes life so much easier. It does. Jess has got her drivers. Life is easy. Yeah, not your full drivers, but you can drive by yourself now. I don't know, there's something about having drivers that just gives you the freedom to go do what you want when you want. Well, she was ready to take her test just before COVID hit, and then it completely messed everything up. Hey, Don.
So,
Oh boy, Jess was thinking.
of how many years it had it? I can't look up quick my license number. I can just remember that. Those things that. It has to be at least 6
For what?
that I haven't.
Oh, you've had... Okay.
Because I threw them before that I but it came up on the people that I didn't on our trucks and like, and I know I drove two trucks instead of either last number. I'm like, okay, so it's gotta be at least.
Is it rainy for you, Don? Because it's stopped raining here, but it's still cloudy and the roads are all wet. Rain is good, though. I'll take it.
They're saying it's the first initial, but it's so much.
Of course, we're getting the cold temperature, too, so winter's kind of coming early. Getting my winter tires put on the truck right now. Watch me trying to fly. Trying to fly? Oh, a flight sim yesterday.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
Okay. And I'm like, I was just, for some reason I went straight to the sword fight video I shot with a quadcopter. I'm like, I successfully flew. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, yesterday, flight sim. Yeah, that was some good crashes there. In a month and 1 week, give or take, we will never play this game again. It's going to be painful the first little bit until the GPS mod comes out. Chips in your driver's licenses. I honestly don't know if our driver's licenses have chips in them. they've got special security stuff on them, but I don't know if there's chip on them. There is a raised surface where there's a picture, but I think that's just security. Like a hologram picture of me with my birthday year on it. So I don't think, and it's got raised type on it. I don't think there's a chip in it though. Yeah, the Patriot Act threw a lot of privacy laws into the garbage. Yeah, it was right after 9/11, and we wanted to get the bad guys. Well, we, when I say, I mean the U.S. wanted to get the bad guys at all costs, so they threw away a lot of the rights. And feeling ramifications of it now. Can you do the tab? Tap? For like credit cards? Yeah, Iron Thunder, we're gonna play American Truck Sim later. On the other channel. And we will not be playing as late as we did yesterday, because I have to go work in the morning. Did I leave anything on that field? No, I think we're clear. Yes, yeah, thanks for joining, Iron Thunder. Kind of took the long way back to the farm, didn't I? Looks like the trailer's getting dirty too. I should repair it. Should also fuel up the tractor. Hmm. They took the bus off your street, so now you have to walk to the nearest. Oh, that sucks. That sucks when they do that. Do you have liberal or conservative government in power in your place right now? Well, really, every country there's liberal, conservative. All parties can be kind of. So liberal city, conservative state. Which surprises me that they took city bus away then, because liberal usually means more social spending and more taxes, while conservative usually means less spending and less taxes. But yeah, COVID has made things hard on the budget. Let's fuel up this tract and then we'll figure out what we're doing next. Oh wait, I already fueled it up, dummy. Okay, so we can't go harvest. How much time do I have left on my timer?
Seconds left.
6 minutes. Yeah, I accidentally started 2 timers. Okay, Jess is fertilizing. We can't harvest. We could transport. Fertilizing. Harvest, we can't. Transport. Another harvest. Oh, let's collect that. We could do baling. Field 12. Right there. Why not? Oh, good. Perfect. That's what we need to have happen. Go out and at least tell people how this is a problem and that you're not going to get my vote if you don't fix the problem. So that's the only thing that speaks to these people, is this is going to hurt my election. When are your next elections for the city? We don't own this yard, but we're just going to borrow it for a bit. I'm sure the neighbors don't mind. Hey, Milo girl. Heidi answered what? Oh, when elections are. Oh, in May. Oh, in November, and then in May. Okay, so you got multiple elections coming up. So cool. Hopefully that gets fixed for you. Make us think about it. Raise it on your town's social media. Find their Facebook and post it in there. Let people know. Yeah, timer's gonna go off soon, so let's just get stuff to the field, and then we'll just ride along with Jess as passenger. Yeah, your computer's behaving so far, but usually it crashes after it's been running for a while. But the temperatures are doing good. She's got a temperature monitor. She's monitoring all sorts of stuff on the second screen just to see if we catch something going wrong before the computer crashes. But like I said, or Jess said, unplug everything and plug everything back in, and I put the RAM in a different order. Maybe we get lucky and that has fixed the issue. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, none of us care if we are liberal or conservative, Republic or Democrat. We don't really care if our neighbor is one or the other. We care when our government isn't giving us justice, isn't providing basic needs to us. That's when we care. We will vote for a government that takes care of us. Liberal or conservative, unless you're dumb enough to go, I am hardcore one party and will never change my vote, even if my party becomes stupid and does stupid things and the other party could help me. Those people are kind of extreme. But yeah, vote for a party that will make your life better in your town. And we don't care what our neighbors are, as long as our government's helping us out. We wouldn't have to fight about stuff. Orange colors and trees? Is that what we're talking about? Fall colors?
I was thinking or farming but there's one.
All right. Power the tractor off. That was not the right button. I'm monitoring temperatures too. We're at 72. I'm quite happy at those temperatures for this game. We want this. Where is the Jess? Right here? No, that's me. I don't see her, guys. Oh. Bless you. I shall return.
Now, where are my cookies? You take my cookies? No? Oh, they right here. Oh, me love my cookies. Nom, 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 nom. This message approved by Cookie Monster. Nom, 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 nom.
Jess says I have to show photos, her photos. Okay.
It won't be what we should talk about, but I'll have a photo of that.
Photo of what?
I was talking about how I see snow in fall colors right now.
Outside, yeah, there's a little bit of snow on top of the mountain. Nope. Where's the Jess photos? I'm gonna find them here. I don't know how to do Facebook. There we go. These are photos Jess took on Tuesday. That is Osoyoos. Everything here is Canada. This is really low quality, but
Yeah, I can't
the
get
U.S. border's over here.
I can't get it to happen.
Oh yeah, see now that's my favorite. That is Jewel Lake.
Do you see why I go through it? Pretty water.
Just beautiful water. It has a green look to it. Like a jewel, maybe? It's a big lake, actually. Pretty long. Yeah, you can see the evergreens and then the not evergreens. The yellow greens. Green?
Same boat.
Oh, that's the same boat? Someone picked it up and went into the water?
Yeah.
You can see how clear the water is. Yeah, you can see pretty deep into the water.
The fish are there, but you don't see the fish. But that's how close the fish are right in those rocks.
You see fish swimming in the water right there. Trout, brook trout. Yep. Oh yeah, there's quite a few fish here. Hey look, our pickup. It's pretty much her pickup now.
Will you show the one from Sycamus?
How do I do that?
Go down. No, right there. See? No, no. It's right there. One walk. Right there. There's not
That's in town. Okanagan Lake over here. SS Sycamoose, a paddle boat that used to go up and down the lake, is permanently grounded there, and it's a museum now. There's also another boat back there and a tugboat. Those are both floating on the water, but the Sycamoose is permanently grounded. Yeah, beautiful beach over here, very popular in the summer. We have a beach on the north end of town and the south end of town, and both of them are filled with people. It's definitely a tourist trap. That's some beautiful fall colors. Why grounded? Because they can't afford to keep fixing it and keeping it afloat. So money. It's grounded because of money. It was cheaper to just ground it, and yeah, there was a sister ship that's still floating on the water. It was a restaurant in Kelowna for many years, but it doesn't have a home now, so it's probably slowly rotting somewhere. It's expensive to maintain these things. Old wooden paddle boats. Jess has not been in that museum yet. Oh, mini donuts are gone on the. I guess tourist season's over, so. Yeah, all the money makers are closed. Well, what do those people do in the winter? Do they go set up in hockey arenas and stuff? Yeah, they do weddings in there. There's a like you can rent out. It's a really small hall or dance hall type of stuff. But if you have a small wedding, that'd be a good place to have a wedding on there. It's pretty cool to go walk around and see.
I should say that city volunteers. Volunteer.
Yeah, it's not city owned, so it's not getting any tax dollars. It's completely volunteer run, just off of the museum income. So it's not very profitable. Even though the city uses it as a tourist attraction. I wouldn't mind a little bit of my tax dollars going towards it. Don't have access to this land. Well, where do I have access?
Really.
Oh, there we go. I cut a little bit there.
I noticed the other trees.
Yeah, it got really windy the last couple of days, and a lot of the colorful trees disappeared.
When I was doing that walk, it seemed like where the dentist place where you go down by the they had that wood just section coming all those trees there, all those leaves like lots of palm trees.
Do not have access to these Reese cups.
Looking at them,
I want to cut as much grass as I can, but I don't know how far the contract will let me go, so I just kind of go around the outside until it lets me cut. No, it's not cutting the mini grass in a lot of spot. It's not allowing me because I don't own it. I have a contract that lets me access this field, but I'm trying to cut as far away as the field as possible. I want to cut as much extra grass as possible, so it'll start cutting more and more as we get further in. Because I could just look at the map and only cut where the actual field is on the map, but I want to cut as wide as possible. It makes me more money in game. More money is good. Plant mini peanuts. We were looking at that, and it's like there's no good peanut harvesting mods out there yet. But yes, that'd be cool to have peanuts growing, and then also grow cocoa trees, and you could make your own Reese cups then if you had peanuts and cocoa trees. Mom's got some cocoa trees. And she has peanuts. And her own vanilla beans. All of which grow very hard. Well, no, not the peanuts, but the cocoa trees are really hard to grow and take years of work to get good cocoa trees. Very susceptible. It's not the right word, but to weather changes and stuff like that. Drought or over flooding, over irrigation, under irrigation. Not easy trees to keep alive. Yeah, Mom definitely. I don't know if she's got peanuts right now in her garden, but she. No, I haven't seen my mom in 3 years. Thank you, COVID. I hadn't seen her for 1 year when we were starting to plan. I usually go see her every 2 years. Planning vacation, and oh, vacation's cancelled because we are not allowed to fly. Yeah, we do webcam chats and stuff like that, but it's been 3 years. She lives in Central America. Yeah, I haven't seen Jess's family in years either because of this. Jess's family lives in Michigan, so we have not seen parents in a long time. Yeah, we have family in Manitoba, Michigan, Texas, Oregon, Mexico, and Belize. Ontario. Yeah, they're opening the border in November, but you still need a negative COVID test to come back into Canada. Which for vacation, I think we'll just go do. We'll have to figure it out. Yeah, so layovers, if you fly from Belize and have a layover in the US, do you need a positive or a negative COVID test to get the layover? And then another negative test? Where do we get the test done if we have layovers and you have a limited amount of time before that test expires? So there's a lot of things to figure out how to get that negative test. Almost be better to just drive across the border. But do we need a negative test to get into the US then? I don't know. It's too complicated. They're doing the test at the airport. After you land or before you fly out? Because I'd be a fan of that. I'll pay $180 to get a test done at the airport. Yeah, the one to get into Canada is a special test. It's like $180 or something. $150 to $300 to get the test done to get back into Canada. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Milo. I'm tired of it. Yep, definitely tired of it. It's just
I have it, but it's still unpredictable.
it. Give me the vaccine passport and let me go. Let me go and do my things.
Still understandable.
Oh, let's not do that.
So the snowbirds are
So yeah, all the snowbirds have to worry about this too. It's like I just want to go on vacation. Although we've had some spectacular vacations here at home,
yeah.
so we've still made it fun. I think that's the key. Is okay. So we don't have the privileges we used to have right now. What can we do to still have fun and keep our sanity? Because look at our last vacation. That was awesome. Man, that was fun. And even just going for a drive this week, taking photos, getting those beautiful photos in. Fuel price is a thing, or else Jess would go for more trips.
Going down 2 seconds. So yes.
$100 to go take some cool photos. Worth it once in a while. You need to do a winter trip with snow. Yeah, I want to practice driving with snow with you before you do that solo. Find a very slippery parking lot somewhere and learn how to regain control of a vehicle when it's sliding. And perhaps buy a second spot. Spot is pricey, but it's a pretty good insurance plan. Having a GPS tracker with you wherever you go. Yeah, selling prints, we've tried that. Nobody buys them. Yeah, we sold a bunch when I was working at Walmart, just to other employees. So people want to buy them, but having the exposure. Okay, I'm pausing it because I'm cutting grass. Jess wants me to go to Apex Resort. Click on webcam. This is what we can see. We can see this mountain from our place. So the top of the mountain. The top of the mountain looks like this. Penticton is down there somewhere. Maybe down there somewhere. I can't quite tell, but there you go, Jess. I showed it off. You're welcome.
So here we can see this is where the bottom is, so that's the very top of it.
Just the top of it is getting snow. But it's getting snow. Pretty decent amount up there too. So we can see the top of that mountain from out of our window here. hiring 150 jobs. No, you wouldn't drive it every day. You would stay up there.
Yeah, and then that
Uh, you would stay up there, and they would most of the time want you there on the weekend. So it would be the exact opposite of my job. So we would never see each other unless I would stay up there, and that'd probably be an extra charge of renting a place.
but I'm like, cool idea, like Mel did that, but I'm like, yeah, because I'm not driving. Because Mel last time did that every day, of course. Let's just do it. But yeah,
Because if you work up there, you can get a discount on your rental up there. But I like the idea, Milo Girl. It would just be a lot of work to do that right now. I'll see if Jess does it. But okay, let's windrow this. Soup weather day. That is so funny. Just made Zummerborscht yesterday. Such good soup. Jess was thinking the same thing. It was a soup type of day. Please describe what a Zummerborscht is. It's a Mennonite soup. I'll let Jess describe it once she's back. She's AFK right now. Zummerborscht would be just summer sausage. Not sausage, summer soup, summer borscht. You know, it's got sausage in it, potatoes. It's like a creamy type of a soup. Yeah, please don't unsubscribe. No, please subscribe and describe. I guess if you must, I won't stop you. Heidi wants to know what Zummerborscht is.
I don't know if you can comment mine that I had the big glitch.
It's still Zummerborscht if you add bacon and cheese to it. That's right, she adds bacon and cheese to Zummerborscht. Maybe you can toss a link of Zommerborscht into the chat. Zama just means summer in Plotich.
But you don't do the green onions, you don't do the green stuff.
Yeah, and you can put different ingredients in it. You like people put green onions in there. People put I like dill in there. I really like dill in Zommerborscht. Some people put beets, sugar beets in there as well, and I don't do that, or not a fan of that. Hey, Marka. There you go. There's a Jess link to Zommerborscht. Mom would always put the green onions in there. I don't mind the green onions in there. Yeah, there's different recipes. But a lot of Mennonite recipes are like that because you would make the food that you could grow in the garden where you lived. But they all have a similar taste to them. Yeah, break up bacon and throw it in there. Ooh, that is good. You are making me so hungry. Is that what we're having today for lunch? Because I want that for lunch now. What you were thinking leftover Zommerborscht for supper? I guess. We'll probably play another half hour and then I have to go get the truck from the tire shop. It's getting winter tires put on it. After that, I want Zommerborscht. Coffee. You know that stuff's so unhealthy for you. Just put it away. Put the coffee away. You don't need the coffee. You know how much better you will feel by the end of the day if you don't have your coffee? There are other things that we should probably stop doing too, including the Cookie Monster eating as many cookies, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I will admit to that immediately. But just because I've got a log in my eye is not going to keep me from pointing out your splinters, so take that. Oh, dill popcorn is really good.
I almost did it yesterday.
How dare you! Coffee is life! People said when I was taking my driver's test for Class 1s driving the big rig, I'm like, no, I don't drink coffee. They're like, oh, you will. You will. You can't be a big rig driver without drinking coffee, and I have not yet. I like the flavor of coffee. I'm just not a drinker of it. I'll eat a coffee crisp chocolate bar every now and then. Or a mocha flavored chocolate from Purdy's. is pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's really hard to put this close
It is hard to live this close to Purdy's. It's It is a hard part of life living this close to Purdy's. It's literally a kitty corner across from us. Best chocolate in the world. I've ever had anyway. Purdy's. It's spelled with a U. P-U. Oh, Jess got it there. Purdy's. It's expensive chocolate because they make it right there. Well, not necessarily in every shop, but it's all Canadian homemade field chocolate. Even though the company's getting bigger now, it still has that homemade feel to it.
Well, yeah, ice cream that I've never tried.
You've never tried their ice cream? You should try their ice cream. I have not. I'm afraid it would be too fancy for me.
No, I think it's just chocolate.
Just chocolate ice cream? Yeah, I might want to try that.
I think walk around the mall.
Oh, I'll have some white chicken chili. You know what? You have to stop talking, but I'm getting so hungry.
Wait, chicken chili, I don't feel that. I didn't feel like cooking.
Salmon burst is better anyway. Yes, that is the best soup you make.
I like Midnight chicken noodle soup too.
You've lived 46 years with no coffee. I wonder if coffee does shorten your life expectancy or not. Or does it just make you a more miserable person?
It's the food channel.
It's the food channel. Right, Milo? Right? This is illegal. Food needs to stop because it's just not legal. Like I'm starving now. Like my mouth is watering. It's like this is insane, guys. You have to stop this. Well, if you insist, I'll just end the stream and go and eat. I starve for hating coffee. I don't hate coffee. I don't hate it. I just know it's unhealthy for you and makes you a lot drowsier and less energy throughout the day. I like the flavor. It's a good pick-me-up. I think coffee should be drank in the afternoon. Don't drink in the morning. Just have your natural energy, and if in the evening you start feeling a little bit down, have a coffee as a little boost. I'll have a hot chocolate every now and then that has caffeine in it for a little boost at the end of the day. Oh, I'm supposed to eat and game. You guys are demanding. Very demanding. The rain stopped.
No, you need that replaced with.
Diet soda is gross. Yeah, small amounts of coffee is not unhealthy. It's the people that drink so much coffee that's unhealthy. Yes, I'm in agreement with you there. Um, I don't drink sodas much at all, especially diet. But sugar drinks, for as much as I get made fun of my cookies, the people that drink pop are intaking a lot more sugar than I am throughout the day. Are taking in a lot more sugar than I am. And if you're taking diet drinks, it just means you're taking in more of the other aspartame stuff or whatever they use in those, which isn't healthy for you either. Alternative sweeteners are not healthy for you. Cane sugar is probably the healthiest sugar you can get. I missed the comment there by Milo. It says, "Eat and game, no ending of the mini stream ever." Yeah, yeah. Diabetic makes you do diet, but how about just not drink pop at all?
If you don't understand the eliminate to cut that flavor out.
Yeah, that's a flavor you have to cut out. Yeah.
You can't just.
I drink a lemonade every now and then, but not very often either. I don't drink a lot of sugar drinks, period. Mostly it is just water. But yeah, having a sugary drink every now and then, um, nothing wrong with that. I'll have a sugary drink every now and then. Maybe a few of them a month. Which one? Chicken noodle soup? Mm. Oh man, that's such a unique flavor. I guess it'd be kind of like a ramen noodle. Yeah, but the texture is different. And the flavor is not quite there, but that'd be closer to it. Depends if the noodles are homemade or not. I think almost every Mennonite household has a noodle maker in their home. Hmm? Yeah, you buy your noodles. It'll taste a little different if it's homemade or bought noodles, but we don't have a noodle maker at home here. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I remember Mom doing those all the time. I got to help all the time. I've made a lot of noodles in my life. And when you're making chicken noodle soup, throw the bones of the chicken in the soup when you're making the soup. The bones have to be in the soup. And then you take the bones out after and throw them out then, but keep the bones in there. That way the bone marrow gets cooked into the soup. That's a must. Marka, you replayed last night's live stream? You crazy. You crazy. Yeah, it stopped raining, so we don't have to rush to wrap those now. So let's return stuff back. Bones and soup will be the death of you one day. But that's what makes the soup so healthy, is it boils all the nutrients out of the bones. I've had bones in my sandwich before. I'm like, chomp, chomp. What is that in my sandwich? What the heck? Oh, there's a bone in there. I've had that happen to me. Oh, hi, Farmer Joe. Just parking there while you're talking about soup? Oh, where am I going? Stop, stop, stop. Okay. Well, it's not gross. Who cares if there's bones in your sandwich? Just as long as you don't, accidentally swallow a bone and choke on a bone or something. Marka, yes. Once during live stream, the quality of the video is much worse. Yep. Yep. Going back, you can watch much higher quality. I have not saved recently. You want me to? I have saved recently. Should be doing autosave now, but now that I have faster computer, the autosave doesn't spell out the whole game. Oh, no, 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 no. Fold that back up. No, 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 no. Don't. Okay, come on. I'm having issues. Anyone else interested in the giveaway while I'm doing this? Milo. 34 times entered. Save. Oh yeah, Marka, we've had that conversation several times on this stream already, but you weren't here. She's monitoring all her temps and everything right now. Seems to be working right now. I unplugged almost everything on the computer and replugged it in. I did not pull the CPU out and rethermal paste it because I don't have a way of cleaning the CPU off, so I want to get some alcohol and clean the thermal paste off of it and redo the thermal paste. But right now, what temperature are you running at? The CPU. 45? So it's cold. Like my CPU is running at 72. Your GPU is at 65. Yep. Yeah, that can go up to 90. So, yeah, everything's running cold. So, I don't know. I unplugged everything and plugged everything back in. I did notice some plugs were not set perfectly, so maybe there was not a 100% connection at some of the plugs when I redid the RAM. Maybe I nudged something that wasn't getting full power and causing errors. So, hopefully, it's fixed now. Just unplugging everything. I still intend to pull the CPU out and redo the thermal paste. Some people say you should redo the thermal paste every 2 years on a computer. The computer is 10 years old. Hello? Come on now. Yeah, the thing is, it's working now, but we've had this issue before where it's like, okay, it seems to be working now, and then all of a sudden it just starts crashing again. So hopefully, we're monitoring and testing, so we'll see. Yeah, Milo. The game is kind of boring unless we're flying over land you kind of know. I think that's why I love the game so much, because I can fly over countries that I know or grown up on and stuff. So we'll do more of that game and fly over your houses. I want to fly more in Lithuania. I want to fly more in Washington and more here in BC. And I want to fly more in Michigan and more in all the places. Manitoba. I want to fly all these places. I should make the wrap white so that they're all marshmallows. Fly over Milo, Canada. Jess suggested that too. I just ran out of time. I've never been to Milo, Canada, so I don't know what we would be flying over. Yeah, Dawn, fly over your town. Yeah, exactly. If I'm playing the game, I think that's what we'll do. Is whenever people request fly over their town, we'll just go and do that. We definitely ran out of time yesterday doing that. But I think I much preferred the smaller planes. That way you could fly nice and low and slow over local towns than the big fast one. Like we did the fast one in Australia and that was not as impressive. Okay, could you share that? Could share a link in the description and I'll open it.
I can't.
Somehow share that. How can I have access to that? Okay, send it in Bookface. I think the old game had a helicopter, so okay. I still have Apex open. Let's close Apex. I found them. Frosted Mega Wheats. They're not mini wheats, they're mega wheats. And they're still only frosted on one side, just like the real one. That's hilarious. Mega wheats. Sword fighting was Tobias and Murdoch. Tobias, aka James.
How in the heck would you be able to film it and be able to record it?
I was flying. I was filming and not fighting. Get a mega spoon to eat those mega mini wheats or mega wheats. Frosted mega wheats. What's the question? Ranch is down by the animal dealer. Yeah. Yeah, the sword fighting was last weekend. And they do it every weekend. James T. Kirk. I don't think that's where that name came from, but... What is James T. Kirk's middle name? I don't know the answer to that. I know Trekkies will know the answer to that, but... What is James T. Kirk's middle name? Is it Tobias? Cool. Did not know that. I doubt that's where James got it from. Did we lose Milo? Does Milo know who James T. Kirk is? It's a Star Trek thing, just in case you don't know. It's an old Star Trek thing. Pre-Captain Picard. Oh, boring Star Trek. I have watched a lot of the old Star Treks. The acting is subpar, but some of it's enjoyable. Trekkies probably hate me right now, but I enjoy some of it. I enjoyed the movies. For sure I enjoyed the movies. The TV shows... There were some good ones. For the day when they came out, they were really good. Some of those have not aged well. USS Reese Cup. Over. Yeah, I remember a lot of Star Trek being played on TV when I was in high school. Oh, I watched it. because we weren't allowed TV. Once I was allowed TV, that TV just didn't turn off. When I was allowed, when was I allowed to watch TV? When I was old enough to just say, I'm watching TV. Heidi says James Tiberius Kirk, not Tobias. Oh, we've got a disagreement in chat. Is this a fight? I think we got a fight going on.
I think Heidi Googled it.
Fight, 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 fight.
I'm gonna believe.
Just like the sword fights.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe.
How did you like the sword fight video? I think next time I'm going to try to have audio. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to try. They fight every weekend. This is the first time I actually recorded them fighting. Every other weekend is Kelowna, every other weekend is Penticton. Wait, do Trekkies not even agree on it? Oh, if you saw the video, they're not fighters either. They're fighters, but they're not fighters. They're friendly fighters. Of course, after those fights, they're exhausted. Like, you are panting and sweating and gross after that fight. It's a lot of hard work. So Heidi says she wins. I think that's what that means. She wins that argument. Sorry, Marka. Heidi has declared victory. The fight is over. Yeah, Tobias actually teaches fighting. Murdoch is actually runs the school, I guess. The sword fighting school, association, whatever it is, club. I don't know how they do the sword thing. Marka, what argument? Come on, I was trying to make a fight over here and make it exciting. It's supposed to be good YouTube content when someone fights. Guys are so disappointing. Can we just have a little bit of a fight? Jess is like, I can oblige. It's like, no. Because you can't be a good YouTuber unless you're fighting and arguing. Those are, we will never be YouTube famous if we don't do that. Every time you talk about ink, I think about the stupid Canon lawsuit. Canon printers, if they're the 3-in-1, if they run out of ink, you cannot scan a document because it might damage the print. It's like, you guys are idiots.
See, people keep talking about that, but don't recognize that HP's been doing this.
HP do the same thing, yeah. Printing companies that if they're out of ink, you can't use them. And also, if you're out of color ink, you can't print in black and white. It's like, but I got a brand new black and white cartridge in there. Why can I not print in black and white?
A lot of them won't let you print if you put any but there.
And you have to, and they're chipped now, they're ink cartridges, so you have to put their ink cartridges in there. It is unfair profit. It is unfair profit. Hmm?
A little bit of lag.
You got a bit of lag? Hmm. Like, my game's been super smooth. I've turned the graphics way up. I'm still getting 48 frames per second. I used to get like 25, 28 and drop below that. I would drop down to 16 frames per rate. Or yeah, frames. And now I'm getting between 30 and 40. And I could up the graphics a bit more, but I prefer the graphics to be running lower. Human eye only sees 30 frames per second, so as long as we stay around the 30 frames mark, we're good. Heidi, this chat has some lag. Okay, we've been going for 2 hours, and that might be part of it, Heidi. Click the options in the... Click the option on how fast your playback speed and change the playback speed to 1.25. That way you will catch up with the chat and not miss anything. In long videos you got to do that. I was watching a trucking video yesterday, and all of a sudden I realized I was way back lagged out. What am I doing? Why am I here? I don't want to be there. I want to be, oh boy. I want to be looking here. What am I? Oh wow, you did a lot of contracts. Wow, you've done a lot of contracts. Holy smokes. Where am I delivering this? Argo Wholesale. That is up here, right? Yeah, okay. Fastest way there, I think, would be this way. Speed it up to 1.5, and no, I don't want to be a cartoon chipmunk. I have made the latency really low in these live streams, but it does make the quality of the graphics lower too. Milo Girl, you're confused about what is real life. That is back when we were talking about I wanted to make Heidi and Mark a fight, and Jess is like, okay, we'll have a real life fight. Or what is real life? Oh, now you're getting deep. That's a deep question. The meaning of life is 42. Marcus says it's a song reference from Queen. Yeah, is this real life? Yeah, I vaguely remember the song. It's kind of stuck in the back of my head somewhere, but I vaguely recognize the song. Hey Milo, I think it's an old people song.
Hey now, I'm younger than you and I know this.
Hey now, I didn't get exposed to old people songs when I grew up, so I don't know old people songs. Yeah. Well, you know old people songs better than I do because you were exposed to music long before I was. I think we just dropped them here, which is weird, but let's try it. What? Yeah, drop it off right there. 81% again, so I think 2 bales will do the trick again. Jess said the same thing, Heidi. She just goes, oh, you really do want to pick a fight. You sent an attachment?
Intelligent.
Just sent it now. I just got a message on my phone that you sent an attachment. Yeah, it showed up the Frosted Mega Wheats message showed up on my phone now. That's how delayed it was.
But the other phone said
Oh no. You guys are so confusing. No, Marlo, you're just getting confused. Actually, I probably get people's pronouns on here wrong all the time. I don't know all of your pronouns, to be honest. I've made assumption on pronouns. My guess would be Milo Girl would be she. Heidi, I would go with she. Marka, I think I would go with he or maybe they. Iron Thunder was here. Would probably be a he. Dawn would be he. Those are the we all make assumptions, right? So I don't know if I'm right. Because I have friends that are just they. Marcus say, what's natural to you? There we go, see? For me, natural for me for Marca is he, so I'm going to stick with he. Because it's all just names on the screen, so we don't know what people are. When we see people physically, we make even more assumptions. I know one of my in-laws looks and acts and does everything that a she would do, but wanted us to call them a he. So it took a long time for me to get that, and they would get angry when I messed it up. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm going to mess this up. And then they changed it again to they, and I'm like, you know, you're just making this harder. It's like, I'm fine with that, but I'm going to mess it up. We all make assumptions as humans. If you look and act a certain way, I'm going to make an assumption and call you that. If it's wrong, feel free to correct me. Don't be angry about it. It's just, I'm not trying to disrespect someone on purpose. Because I go out with friends and I accidentally call them the wrong pronoun, and I wish they would actually call me out on it more honestly, and just mention it. Hey, that's the wrong pronoun. Okay, I'll do the other one. How went into more confusing, Milo? I thought I cleared it up. And yeah, it's definitely a topic. It's definitely a topic that people get uncomfortable with. And I think as long as we're not talking about it, people will feel uncomfortable with it. Because we all have different beliefs, right? What are you mentioning that's off topic? Rain's back in the... Oh, shoot. Okay. Yep, I got a harvest. Oh, you got it now, Milo Girl? Cool. Well, the ground's wet, so I can't even harvest it. Oh. Okay. So we might not be able to harvest. Well, that's okay. We'll have to try before winter comes, harvest it. We'll get in as many contracts as we can. It's funny. We all make assumptions, right? I think that's okay. I think if someone says something, let's say I use a cuss word that you're not comfortable with. I have a friend that's not comfortable with just about any kind of cuss word. And he'll call me out on it every time. It's like, okay, I'm fine with that. It's like, sorry, my bad. I'm going to try to be respectful around you and try not to use that word. But don't get angry when someone messes it up. As long as the person goes, yep, sorry, and then moves on. It doesn't have to be a big deal. Yeah, Heidi. Oh, shoot, I delivered that whole trailer. Darn it! Oh, well. We could have made more money off that. That was my bad. So what is our ground? We are at 44% moisture, and we can't harvest until 19. Yeah, we're not going to be harvesting anytime soon. Okay. See, that's a really good example of, depending on the context, it could be a very offensive word. Also the F word, some people use it every other word and don't even think about it as a swear word. Yeah, people definitely get shocked when me or Jess swear. A good Christian boy like me should never swear. I don't think Milo likes these conversations. Sorry, Milo. I enjoy these conversations. I have fun with these. They help us open our minds, right? They're uncomfortable conversations, sure. But they're also enjoyable because they're uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Probably doesn't make sense.
I think the difference is when we swear, you and I.
When I swear, I mean to swear.
Yeah, we're more upset or angry. We're not just.
So
It's not
that's a good point. Destin from Smarter Every Day said that. He had been he's a missile rocket engineer. He'd been working on a site, and someone is just swearing all the time and cursing, and all of a sudden Destin turned around and goes, "Would you effing shut up?" And all of a sudden there were meetings and conversations about how offensive he had been. And he just goes, "But you swear all the time. Like you're swearing all the time. I said the F word to you one time and now we're having all these meetings and stuff. Like I don't get it." And then the other guy just goes, "Yeah, but I swear all the time. I don't mean it. When you say it, you mean it. So it means something different." It's like, huh, never thought of that before. It's like, when I say F that, F this, it doesn't mean anything. When you say F something, this means you are angry and things have to be fixed. It's like, huh, yeah, if it's out of character, it means something different. I never thought of it that way before, but
But it's how it is. I won't say because people's attention.
you've had people use non-swear words in quite offensive ways. Yes, this is true. It's not the word being used, it's the sentiment behind the word being used that matters. Yep, good point. Where's the trailer? You just dropped it off. Did you do transportation contracts? Okay, I'm putting this back down. Those contracts are done. Never mind. Jess has beat me to it.
Do you think I would do it?
I didn't pay that much attention. Okay, apparently I'm not doing those contracts.
Yeah, that tell me everybody.
Yeah, I think this one may be a good spot to call it and have lunch. And sorry, Milo, for making you feel uncomfortable. If it helps, none of this is aimed at you. If that's what makes you feel uncomfortable, none of this is targeted for you. It's just a general conversation. I just thought of it. It's like, what if someone thinks we're talking about them? It's like, no, this is just a general. We're having a fun conversation, and I don't mean to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Okay, good. I was just all of a sudden had that thought. I'm like, no, that's not at our feeling here at all. Cool. Let's just take it.
Not once you get our age.
And it could be an age difference, Milo. We've just had so much more age, we don't feel uncomfortable talking about stuff.
But at your age, I would say I would.
So Jess is saying maybe if she was younger, she would feel uncomfortable talking about this kind of stuff too. Deeper conversation, meaning of life. Still 44. And only thing we have left is contract or harvesting. Yeah, we gotta speed up time. That's it's bound to get weird here. We wouldn't be us if we didn't get weird. You started the conversation, Milo? I think I... Oh, there's the rain. The rain's here. Darn it. I thought I started that conversation. So Heidi, you're very pro-LGBTQ. So I'll tell you my personal feelings about LGBTQ. I think it's gross. Unacceptable. Why? Because I'm not one of them. It's gross to me, just like someone that's one of the others, it'd be gross for what I do, right? What is gross for me is not gross for other people. Just because something is not okay for me personally doesn't make it not okay for someone else. So, I would support as well. As far as religiously, I'm a Christian, and all the pastors are some of my pastors in the past have been super against LGBTQ, and I've been reading the Bible. And on the subject that comes up, the Bible doesn't really mention it much, does it? Doesn't seem very important to Jesus to talk about it. I think Jesus had more important things to talk about than worry about LGBTQ. That was a thing back then, for sure, 100%, because it's talked about in the Bible. But Jesus didn't bring it up. He didn't think it was too big of a deal. So, he didn't bring it up. I'm okay with it. And now let's say I did 100%. I have friends 100% against it. Let's say that I think being gay is the biggest sin in the world. I'm not saying that, but let's say I did that. Let's say that is the biggest sin in the world, and I should be 100% completely against it. Okay. So, once again, from a Christian point of view, none of your point of views, well, I don't know if you guys are Christian or not, any of you, but my personal point of view from a Christian point of view is Jesus says love your neighbors, and he went, if you look at when the Bible was written, tax collectors and alright, see you, Milo. We're going to bail out of here too. Thanks for joining. Tax collectors were the most darkest, evil, dirtiest humans in the world, and that's who Jesus went and hung out with. So even if you completely think 100% that being gay is evil and wrong, Jesus teaches us to go hang out with them and be friends with them. So, guess what? I'm going to be friends with them. I think that's what a Christian would do. That really reads their Bible. But a good friend of mine just told me last week, he just goes, yeah, Christians don't read their Bible. And that's true. Because I think we would be better people if we actually followed our own religion the way it was taught. But we don't. We're a bit hypocritical there. And no, I'm not preaching and saying I'm better than other people. Just the opposite. I'm pretty screwed up. So, I like everyone. Everyone's welcome here. Very conservative, very liberal, and very everybody between. As long as you're not extremist. Not a huge fan. Yeah, I guess you're still accepted here if you're an extremist. But I'm not going to be a fan of your beliefs if you're extremist. One way or the other. Because if anyone's going, yeah, that other group does that. I'm glad we're on this group. The other group does that, but our group doesn't. Guess what? Your group does it too. You're part of the problem if you don't realize both of our groups are messed up and doing things that shouldn't be done. But I am out of here. We're going to go have lunch. I'll be back later on the other channel. We'll do trucking there. And we'll see what kind of weird conversations we get into there. Hopefully not scare anyone off, but if we do, sorry. I am out of here. You guys rock.
This video is brought to you in part by the letter C and these YouTube members. Cookie starts with C. What other things start with C? Oh, who cares what other things? C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. Nom 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 nom.